and welcome to my channel. Today is my last upload of 2024 and I decided that I wanted to kind of vlog my process of making my vision board. I made one at the beginning of last year before I even started my YouTube channel, so I didn't really get to share that process. But I thought that since a couple of the things on here came true, that I would kind of walk myself through making the board again, but in a video, and it would kind of hold me even more accountable, because as far as I know, this is one of the first times that I'm like fully showing off my vision board from this last year. So it was kind of private and just for me to see, really. But now that I'm kind of sharing my 2025 vision board with the internet, I will maybe have more of a reason to like hold myself accountable and actually stick with my plans and pursue my goals and all that type of stuff. Before we get too much into that though, I did want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I am recording on my phone right now because I might have, I'm not sure yet, but I might have broken my camera. I was literally setting up to record this video and I knocked over my camera, and thankfully it didn't fall onto the lens half, but it fell straight on the back and turned itself off, which was immediately scary, but I turned it back on in hopes that it would be fine, and it was still working. However, there is a lot of blur, like to the point where you can't see anything. I can't get it to focus. I can barely zoom in and out, not that it would matter because it's so blurry, but there is just no way that I can use that camera, or the camera that I usually use for my YouTube videos, for this video today. And I don't really have time to go get it checked out and then come home and film this video. So I'm just going to record on my phone for now, hopefully get my camera checked out in the coming week or so, and be back to filming on that relatively quickly. Now that that has been addressed, I am going to show you my vision board for this year. So when I was looking up vision board inspiration on like Pinterest and just Google or whatnot, I really loved the ones that were on cork boards. So I actually was able to borrow one from my sister. She wasn't using it anymore, so I just kind of took it and used it, and this is what it looked like last year. It's probably hard to see, so I'm gonna scoot a little bit closer actually, but I'm also gonna kind of walk you through what all is on here. So in the very middle here, it says 2024 is my year, and I decided to go with a kind of pink theme. You can kind of tell in the grand scheme of things, but it's more like subtly pink. I'm just gonna start in the middle of the top and then kind of go around in a circle. So right here we have a couple of workout photos. I have some set timers, a girl jogging. I was pretty good at least moving my body once a day at the beginning of the year, but towards about March I got lazy, and by May, I was barely doing any kind of working out, so I'm hoping to pick that back up again, but I'm kind of spoiling it for later. Next up, we had this section right here that is concerts. There's a girl like right at the barricade, and it's all pink and fun. Next up, I just had some like outfit inspiration that I really liked, some outfits that I would want to wear, some outfit pieces that I wanted to buy, and I was actually able to get a couple of them. This right here is just a leather jacket and like jean combo, and I found a really nice leather jacket this year that I absolutely love. And this right here actually is ironically one of the first versions of my fam's merch brand, Alchemy. And it literally says, "Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back." And she now has currently a drop that has "Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back" on the back, and I have one of those hoodies. So in a way, that also came true. Down here, I have some journaling inspiration. I again was pretty good with it at the beginning of the year and then fell off pretty quickly, but again, hope to do better this year. Down here, we have some self-care, which I do relatively well to some degree. I wouldn't say I do like anything spectacular, but I do take care of myself. Right down here in the middle is a bit of a content creator type area. Right here says 10K followers, which did not happen. I was incredibly ambitious at the beginning of this year, but I think it's kind of fun that I aimed that high because, you know, eventually one day, hopefully, I will get to that point and I'll be able to look back on my 2024 vision board and see that I believed in myself all the way back then. Right here at the bottom is just a couple of hobbies that I was hoping to get more into, which I honestly didn't really get into any of them. Right here is a guitar, which I didn't end up doing. Right here is embroidery, which I, again, did not end up doing. And right here is like some headphones, which I can kind of interpret as like listening to more music, which I guess I kind of did by like branching out into different genres. But I was kind of behind in listening to new albums this year, which could be partially due to the fact that everyone and their mother was releasing music this year. But I hope to also be better at that next year. Right here is a couple of food inspiration pictures, just some healthier food options. And right here is a little section for books because I love reading, and yeah, that's it. I love reading. And this last section right here is actually just a couple of pictures of friends, just like hanging out, having a good time. I love my friends, and part of my goal at the beginning of this year was to get closer to some of them, and I would definitely say I succeeded. And that is the entirety of my vision board for last year. So I am now going to start taking these off and cutting my pictures for this coming year up. And while I start on that process, I am going to tell you some of my New Year's resolutions. Now, I start that off by saying New Year's resolutions because I know that for a lot of people, that can be kind of weird. Like, some people don't believe in them for completely different reasons, you know? Some people think that New Year's resolutions are stupid because you should start new, like, aspects of your life whenever you feel like starting it, not just at the new year. And then there are some people on the opposite side of that coin that think it's stupid to have New Year's resolutions because they never last anyways. And I can totally see both sides of this situation, don't get me wrong, but I genuinely enjoy making New Year's resolutions. I think it's fun, if nothing else. I would never want anyone to feel like they're being forced to do New Year's resolutions. But I mean, if it works for you, if it keeps you motivated to do the things that you want to do for the year, then I say go for it. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I am now going to move on to telling you my New Year's resolutions. My first New Year's resolution is to start junk journaling. Now, if you don't know what that is, the easiest way that I can put it is like scrapbooking. And it's kind of like that in the sense that you're taking photos and putting them into a book of sorts to remember them. However, junk journaling is different in that you literally take junk from throughout your day and kind of piece it together in a book to make it look more interesting, I guess. Or at least that's how I interpret it. In my mind, junk journaling is kind of for like romanticizing the like little stuff. And I keep seeing junk journaling all over my Pinterest, so I really want to start that out because it genuinely looks like so much fun, and I think it would seriously help me romanticize my life more. Another resolution that I have that might sound a little weird at first is I want to start leaving more reviews. I don't know if it's just how I feel, but I feel that when people leave reviews or go to leave reviews, generally they only really feel compelled to review a place or an item when it was really bad. And I think that really sucks, you know, especially for places that you like love or really enjoy, to see like reviews online of all these people saying that it's this horrible place or it's a bad product. And I think that while it's important, obviously, to be honest, and if you had a bad experience, then you had a bad experience, but I think we should normalize like leaving reviews for even just mundane experiences, really. Like even if a product like kind of works but isn't exactly what you're looking for, or if a restaurant isn't like absolutely horrible to you but also doesn't have like the most spectacular service, I think it's important to talk about that kind of stuff, and I think it's fun to talk about that stuff. So yeah, that is definitely something that I want to try to do this coming year. This one might be a little more niche, but I want to create a dopamine menu for myself. If you don't know what a dopamine menu is, it's basically just a written list of things that like bring you joy or make you happy, but are like mundane and easy to do. So there are like appetizers that can be done within like a couple of minutes. And then there are like full course meals, or however it is people phrase them, that like take a couple of hours but still like make you happy. And I think that that's such a good idea, to kind of have a visual representation of like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, what can I do to improve it? So I definitely want to look into that and make something of that sort. Another resolution that I have that I'm sure my subscribers will enjoy is I want to be more active on social media. I try to post on every Sunday, and for Christmas I posted Sundays and Wednesdays, but I will admit on every other social media platform I am incredibly lackluster when it comes to posting stuff. I think I went a couple of months straight without posting anything on Instagram, and I still haven't posted anything on TikTok in a very hot minute. And while I don't really use a lot of other social medias to the same extent that I use those, I'm honestly on those social medias all the time. So I could be like creating my own content to get people to come to my page more often. And I think I need to really utilize that in this coming year. And one of my last resolutions that I have for this coming year is to move at least once a day. A couple of years ago, one of my resolutions was to work out once a day. And while that's a great resolution to have, to me, it seemed kind of threatening, because in my mind, working out means like going to a gym and lifting weights or using all like the machines that are at gyms. And it kind of just scared me to the point where I didn't even attempt to start working out. So last year I decided to phrase it as moving my body, because moving my body could mean anything really. It could mean doing some yoga, it could mean going on a walk, it could mean going to the gym, but at its core it just means to like keep me moving and keep me active. You see, it's all about changing your perspective when it comes to certain things, because I know that moving and working out is good for my body, but saying working out was like a trigger for my mind to not be able to quite get there. But saying moving my body is so much more simple and is such an umbrella term that it could mean so many things that it put my mind at ease. And with that, I am done taking apart my 2024 vision board. And I am now going to start with my 2025 vision board. And since I've already been filming for quite a while, I am going to go ahead and take a break from filming and then show you guys the finished product when I am completely done with it afterwards. So I will see you in just a second. All right, so it is now a couple of hours later and I have officially finished my new vision board and I'm so excited. I love how it turned out. I actually ended up not using all the pictures I printed, but I will probably show you them anyways because they're just sitting over here. But here is my 2025 vision board. I think it's absolutely adorable. I'm obsessed with how it turned out. I do wish that I had printed some of the photos a little bit smaller so that I could have fit all of them on here, but it is what it is, you know? So I kind of have a couple of repeating sections from last year, like for example, concerts in the middle. This one specifically is a Sabrina Carpenter concert. I want to go to a Sabrina Carpenter concert so bad. She hasn't announced a second leg of the US tour as of the time that I'm filming this right now. But I also have a feeling that she might in the future. Anyways, I have more book stuff right here. Got some nice foods, friends, YouTube stuff. But I've also got some new stuff as well, you know. I've got different outfits, still kind of similar to last year's, but different. The food actually is specifically nothing with meat other than fish because I have been toying around with the idea of trying out pescatarianism. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically when you're a vegetarian, but you can also eat fish. So I'm kind of toying around with the idea of that, but that's kind of the main reason that none of these foods have meat in them. Also, this specifically for my YouTube, I put an angel number, 222, because I love angel numbers and I love seeing them and I love that like seeing them kind of inspires me in a way, but also because I want to, by the end of 2025, to have reached or surpassed 222 subscribers. A couple other extra things. I specifically put in an elliptical picture right here in the like workout or moving your body area because my parents have an elliptical and I don't utilize it as much as I should or could. So I want to start doing that this coming year. Also down here, I have a tattoo. You can barely see it. But it's like a little envelope with a heart in it. And that is actually one of the tattoos that I really want to get. But it also just means like generally starting to get tattoos because I want tattoos so bad. I want tattoos so bad. Up here, I combined regular journaling with junk journaling because I'm very excited to get back into both of those little hobbies. And that is everything that I was able to put on this board. I honestly probably could have put a couple of the other photos that I printed out, but it was just starting to look a little crowded, so I decided not to. But a couple of the ones that I didn't end up using was this, which just basically like shows growth in my YouTube career or social media career. This is just buying more books because I love books. This is another one for junk journaling, but again, I kind of already had that as a concept on here. And another one was actually like making more friendship bracelets because I love making friendship bracelets, not just for concerts, also just like for little mundane things because I think it's so fun. But obviously didn't end up actually putting those on here since there is so little room after I was finished with everything. But with that being said, that is all for my video today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!